As a real estate professional, there is absolutely nothing more important than staying top of mind among your audience so that your clients, your friends, even your contacts remember that you are in this real estate business, whether you're a real estate agent or real estate investor. And they need to do this before they even need you, right? Or even need your services. They need to be able to remember this. But here's the thing. There's hundreds of thousands of other real estate professionals out there online. So I always hear this question. How are you going to set yourself apart? Or how can I set myself apart from all of them with all of the noise? And the good thing is, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm going to show you exactly which platforms that you should be on and how to set them up so that you already are giving out the information and set them up in a way that shows what it is that you talk about and help you stand out from other real estate professionals out there. Hi, my name's Shawn Tiberio, and I empower real estate professionals to build a stronger, more reliable business so that you can gain control over your life and get that financial freedom that you've been longing for. So the big question that I always get asked is, Shawn, what platform should I be on and why? Well, there's a very simple answer to this, and then there's a more elaborate and in-depth one that we're going to go into. But the simple answer is this. You should only be posting content or only be on the platforms that are the 3 to 5 top platforms that your avatar is on. And as soon as I say that, I always hear, okay, Shawn, so how do I even determine my avatar so that I can determine which platforms make sense? Well, figuring out your avatar is a little bit of a science, but there's a very simple process that I like to take a lot of the clients I work with through, and it starts with understanding your demographic types. You want to pay attention to the type of client that you're working with on a regular. Are they predominantly male, female? What's their age range, right? What are some of the other components that go into that? Is it income driven? Is it location driven? To give you an example, right? If I'm working with a lot of seniors that are looking to downgrade, well, I know that seniors is typically that 55 and over community, right? And there's going to be certain platforms that they're most likely going to be on. I highly doubt they're going to be paying attention to TikToks or IG Reels as a way to get their information, but they're probably more predominant on social platforms like Facebook, or maybe they're actually more professional based and they're on more of the LinkedIn profile, or maybe they like to read more blog content. So maybe they're on platforms like Reddit, or they're reading, Yahoo News or Google News or these type of things. So when I'm producing content and putting it out there, I want to make sure that I'm on those different platforms. Now, let's say I'm a wholesaler, right? And I'm targeting younger real estate professionals that are out there, and I'm trying to get their attention to show that, hey, I've got property I wholesale to them. Well, I might be dealing with more of a younger generation, so that's where platforms like Instagram and Instagram Reels and TikTok might start to come into play. But we also know that real estate investors and real estate agents love to hang out on platforms like Facebook, from the Facebook groups and these type of things. They're definitely going to be over on LinkedIn from more of a professional standpoint. So these are some of the platforms. Now, if you want to have a kind of a cheat sheet or an easy to follow guide to help you nail down who is your prospect so that you can figure out demographics, psychographics, how they gain their information, and all the little tips and tricks, just comment on this video avatar, and I would love to get that free resource out to you. Now, after you've identified your top 3 to 5 platforms, it's really time to start optimizing. And this is where I see a lot of real estate experts, agents, and investors alike kind of let the ball drop, right? We try to get on those platforms, but we don't actually optimize them. And that brings me to point number 2 in this video, and that is, how do we optimize our profiles, both our personal and our brand profiles, so that we get the most out of it. You see, when we're optimized, what we're striving for is when somebody goes to that profile without them even asking a question, they're able to figure out who you are, what you're about, what you do, and the best place or the best way to get in touch with you. And it all starts with having consistent profile pictures across all your profiles. You don't want to have inconsistency from that, because it starts to make people question, is this the same Shawn Tiberio on this platform versus that platform? Right? We want to have consistent photos across the board. Now, the second piece of this is you want something in your bio that says something like, I help blank do blank, right? Just like I started this video, I help real estate professionals get more motivated inbound leads so that you can have time freedom and financial freedom, right? We want to have that clear, defined statement in our profiles that just says, hey, I help blank do blank, or I help blank get blank, and make that consistent across the board from your different social platforms. Now, by doing this and optimizing your profiles, your prospects are going to easily be able to see who you are, what you do, and where to go when they are actually ready to work with you. Remember, this is about keeping front of mind, and you want them to be able to just look at the profile and know immediately who it is that you are, what you do, who you serve, and when they're ready to use you, how they can do it. Now, when your profiles are optimized, what you're going to start to see is less and less of the "so tell me about yourself" or "tell me what you do" conversations. And this is simply because your prospects are already pre-positioned. If you've done your job well, optimize those profiles, they come to you reaching out now pre-positioned, already having clarity around who you are and what you do. And if anything, they start to ask, tell me more about how you do X. Instead of saying, hey, tell me what you do, they already know what it is that you do. They're just asking for clarity now, or more of the details, or how they can find information on your exact process. Now, point number 3 always comes up is, what should I be posting? And I'm going to break this into 2 distinct areas here. And the first one is SEO focused content. Now, you can do this by searching things in Google, like your niche, in this case real estate, or stop foreclosure, or sell in probate, and start to see what else is coming up, what are other people doing. You can do this through hashtag research on different social profiles, searching your topics, searching your industry, searching these things, and get an idea of what others are posting. And the reason we want to post very similar stuff is from an SEO standpoint. You see, even if it's on social platforms, social signals have an impact on your overall organic, rankings. So finding topics, find other individuals in your space, find other individuals that are out there talking about the same types of things, and mimic their content. I'm not saying reproduce it or copy it, but use it as inspiration to help you discover or kind of put out the way that maybe you want to do it. Maybe you have a different take on something. Even though it's the exact same thing, you've got a different spin on it. So go ahead, use that topic, but bring it from your end of things, or bring it from your experience. And more importantly, maybe bring in some of the case studies, or bring in some of the how you've done this in the past, or bring in some of the stats around how this has been able to help some of your clients that you've been working with achieve a result that you know that your potential prospects are actually looking for. Now, the second piece of this whole thing is case studies. Case studies, or your past transactions, or maybe your past deals, or different things. Again, paying attention to who the avatar is. If you've done something for an avatar very similar to that, bring in that example. And here's why. 88% of consumers trust online ratings and reviews. So it's important that we actually showcase the people that we've worked with, showcase the situations, showcase their success, or how easy it was, or how smooth, whatever it is that makes you unique. Showcasing that is another way from a social standpoint for them to become pre-positioned. They already know what to expect. They already know kind of how your process is. They already know that you know what it is that you're doing, because you're showcasing how you've done this for others. Now, be sure to check out this video that's going to be linked up somewhere here or down in the description of a video that I did on how you can create content marketing, a plan around this, and a strategy, quick and easy. And it's going to give you a bunch of quick tips in there for creating content that's actually going to drive results, leveraging Google and leveraging some other tools out there available for you on the internet. Now, by knowing where you should post, how to optimize your profile, and knowing what you do need to post, you can build an online audience that attracts more opportunities to you, but more importantly, establishes your credibility and establishes your authority, which in turn is going to generate more business for you. Now, if you need help systemizing your real estate business, I encourage you to tap the link below in the description, and I'd love to talk more about how we here at REI Toolbox can help you achieve just that.